He just docked back in.
Orbs.
Where?
Confirmed.
Okay.
With Seth Mark II and Kane.
Wait, you said Seth Mark II?
Seth Mark II and Kane.
So they're actually showing up on Ursul's 1, okay. Alright, my guys, start cycling to Mount Eula. Start cycling to Mount Eula.
I think there was a
No. They have a full war party. I want to say like 6 to 8 bots, probably like more.
Do we have enough to take them here, or at least keep them busy while you guys drop in? Because they're moving up fast. Where are they targeting?
What do you want?
We don't got eyes. Assume that they're around here. I think they're holding position on the beat.
What is?
Syndicate protection?
I see vodka behind us by the sap.
I'm running away with.
An anomaly.
They came all through. Yeah.
Grofos, jump Ursul's on contact.
I think the people here need to back towards this fucking terminal.
They're on top of the hill. They do not seem to be chasing as of right now.
Okay, the anomalies are right here, guys. This is where we're gonna group.
Greg?
I don't know. What about it? I mean,
You're not flagged. Try to get into the term if you can.
Okay.
Beast, we can engage this fleet right up the rail.
Oh, yeah.
they turned around. They stopped hitting me.
Okay, we're gonna cut right behind them. This is it, guys. This is it.
Yep.
My call. I've jumped in on it. 3, 2, 1. Kill squad, jump. There we go. XC25 Mesmer first. Get moving.
Alright, follow Igneous.
Yep.
Give me a RC when you can, Abe. We're right behind these fuckers. XC25 is going to be your first target.
Targus behind you. Forever watching. Get his ass.
I see him. Get Kate into the fight. Gregor can kill him.
Good, XC25 is your primary. They're moving on chair tick. Good, XC25 is your primary.
Stop. So, you're probably wondering how I got... Wait. What? You're telling me the video isn't paused? Oh god, well, seems like we need another explanation as to what the heck is going on. War. Is this a war? Can I go to war on a warg? And can my robots ride like the Rohirrim? All of this and more on... War. The most ancient of practices, as humans have been fighting it out for as long as we've existed, and have been warring it out as long as we knew the power of the bong stick was a thing. So, it's no surprise that as soon as we got sparks to control robots in some distant universe, we used this to immediately make peace with all the locals and ensure their safety amongst the environmental threats and diseases.
Actually, I meant brutally murdering everyone we see on our path, or maybe blocking our goals to industrialism and the ever-expanding borders of the Imperium of Mankind.
You get the picture. War is in our blood. That's why today we're talking about the new Crimean War, our involvement, and to ask ourselves the question, Hans,
are we the baddies?
But more about this later. First, so, let's take this one thing at a time. How does a funny robot go to war? Well, for us it started on Norhoop. Again. Itsumi, also known as a helpless fetus, our newest member to the Corp, decided to go mining on Norhoop. While he was there, he got stopped by a corporation called Decepticons. A corp we had a neutrality agreement with. The guy saw a few miners as juicy targets and came over to kill them. Same time, me and Targus came over to quickly bring our hull back to Hirschfield. Seeing the thickness of the scarab, the cons guy heard the clap of his ass cheeks from miles away. He decided that the thickness was too tempting and attacked our scarab, destroying it and the one guard following it. In response, Targus went to diplomatic talks, and I swiftly turned our relations to bad. They told us it was fair game, and refused to compensate the 100 million Nick worth bot that was lost that day. But this was only the first incident. Okay, the next part will need some explaining, so strap in as we're in for quite a ride. In order to get the biggest mech in the game, destroyers, you need a resource called Flux. Flux is mined in small quantities on either the Beta Islands or the T0 Gamma Islands. For more information on the basics of this game and the island layout, see the first video right here. We didn't know if it was worth going to T0 to mine Flux, as usually quantities are bigger in T0 compared to Beta. Upon arrival, we noticed this was not the case here, but seeing we traveled all this way to T0, we decided to mine her anyway, and start slurping up that delicious Flux ore. This time we had a reasonable guard of 4 bots. We had this seeing as every 500,000 flux mine spawns a wave of enemies that gradually gets more difficult. Little did we know, within our recruits, there was a traitor among us. What ensued was a massacre. We got ganged by the corporations, Decepticons, PHM and others, who form what I'll refer to as the PHM Alliance. We were fighting a 1-3 battle. All we could do was try our best to get our mining bots out quickly, and sacrifice the fighting bots to buy time. Not many made it. But Jeff lived, and our Scarab got out with all the flux loot still inside. Nice. It seemed PHM did not notice us putting down the teleporters, and thus it gave us time to teleport a few of our bots out. Now, it seemed clear these guys had it out for us. They crippled our corp after all. And this is where we decided the tables needed to be turned. And little did we know, an opportunity was about to show up. We had been in talks with the clan Rust to potentially join their alliance around this time. This was right after the first incident. We wanted a safe place to mine our resources, and they didn't mind the extra numbers around, just in case anything ever went awry on their borders. Well, see, after our second incident, it seemed later that night the station of New Crimea was hit. The station owned by the leaders of this alliance we were potentially looking to join. This station was brought down to low influence so they could give the station to their ally Piracy Preferred, also known as RAR. These two corps, other than Fusion Enterprise, are the core of what we'll call the Rust Alliance. Still following? Well, if it's too confusing, the main takeaways are that the attackers were none other than Decepticons, PHM, and others. Now, we had a target, a goal to make them bleed, and a willpower stronger than anyone else. It was time. But first, how do we fight this? Our small corp was just crippled, right? Well, sort of. Thanks to our recent contracts and the soaring cost of resources, we were able to replace most bots with our newly acquired wealth. I suddenly got to talks with Beast Mode. Yeah, this guy, the co-pilot of Neon Legacy, at the helm with Jailish. We got to talking about the situation and he helped rescue my save log bots from Gamma, including Jeff.
Yeah, baby!
Jeff thanks you for saving his life, by the way, Beast. Beast knew we wanted blood, and Legacy didn't seem to want to pass a chance to fight their rival PHM. Thus, the talk started.
It's go time, baby.
Quick summary. Right now, the station of New Crimea is under attack by Cons, PHM, and others. On the defense is Rust and RAR, with reinforcements from Legacy and Pale. Following? Good. There are many ways to fight a war like this. The main thing to know is how to take control of these stations. Well, firstly, you must bring the influence down to 0. This is done by either taking out the Guardian, which can be countered by the defender killing the invader, or by doing saps. Saps are the missions that show up for each station approximately once every 12 hours. These missions can range from capturing a point or hacking a device, to delivering specimen to a location, or blowing up an objective. This is the best way to take a station, dropping the influence by 10 to 20 points with each sap, compared to the 2 from killing a Guardian. Once the station goes down to 0, you kill the invader and suddenly the station is yours. You will gain full control of the station as you do more saps, and once the station gets to 50 points in influence, you can lock the enemy out of the station entirely. At this point in time, the station was barely under control by Decepticons, and our goal was to make sure either Rust or RAR had control of the station instead. Before doing so, we had to assess the situation. As is well known, you go to war with the army you have, not the army you will have tomorrow. This is where industry comes in. Remember at the end of the previous video we said we had big plans ahead of us? Well, over the last month we had been building up our industrial capabilities and had made sure we had a decent backup fleet just in case anything were to ever go wrong. But what do you need in order to fight a war? Well, just robots aren't enough. And the limited supply on the market won't get you very far. Instead, you go through the process of researching parts and bots. From here you can create prototypes of the items you're intending to make. Prototypes tend to cost quite a few resources, though the next step makes it totally worth it. The next step being reverse engineering. Reverse engineering allows you to turn that prototype part or mech into a full blueprint. also known as a CT. The CT is then slotted in your factory to mass produce whatever you may desire. The most important components for these things are kernels for the research, fragments for the prototype, decoders for the CT, and a metric shit ton of resources, sometimes catered to a specific faction. The higher tier the equipment, the more resource intensive it gets. The benefit of T4 equipment, though, very much outweigh the cost. Now, after slotting your freshly painted mech from the assembly line with the newest and greatest equipment, you're good to go, right? Wrong. Doctrine is something that will come up a lot in talks about war and fighting in this game. The current meta of the game seems to favor quick, durable fits with long range, able to hit from far away and leave when in danger. This not how we do it. Instead, we have our own doctrine. Without going into too much detail, it involves making our mechs as tanky as possible, making them have almost double the health, if not more, of our opponent. Next, we have two options. Either we build to catch people with the mobilizers to allow us to trap anyone foolish enough to get close to us, or second, we build for range, making anyone who even thinks of coming close to us have to walk through the equivalent of D-Day in order to even have a chance to damage us. This doctrine is expensive, but it pays off well, as when you're fighting an even fight, you tend to win due to your survivability and ability to punish. This is especially true when fighting the speed fits everyone tends to run in the meta currently. Next to this, it's perfect for holding strategic objectives, as the tankiness alone can be enough to secure the objective before the enemy even has a chance to touch it. We also tend to be a bit on the explosive side. After all, the more HP you have in this game, the bigger the boom if you were to die. This is why we often run into the enemy just before we die, as Legacy found out the hard way one time when we had a contract against them. Sorry about that, by the way. No hard feelings. Anyways, this is what leads us to... Okay, game talk.
Wake up, Buttercup.
We're in the tubes and we're ready to drop. Our plan was quite interesting. See, the game has these portable teleporters. They have enough range to allow you to jump around your current island, or to hop to neighboring islands. Now, it seems to be the case that Hirschfield and New Virginia, the islands we're based from, are right in the middle of all the beta islands. This makes it the perfect launch platform for attacks through teleporters. However, we also know PHM's alliance doctrine. They seem to know when not to commit to fights. If they see they can't confidently win, they tend to run. This is where the teleporters come in.
This is big brain time.
See, we put out a bait force on the objective. Let's call it the Vanguard Force. Once the Vanguard Force establishes contact, the main force will move in behind the enemy, creating a pincer they cannot escape from. Seems well and good in theory, though in practice it doesn't always work out perfectly, as we found out the hard way initially. To start at the beginning, once our forces were in position and the trap was set, PHM suddenly showed up near our scout near this teleporter, Ursul's 1. At this point, we had established contact. Targus wasn't one of our scouts, but was also a dedicated tackle. He kept an eye on the enemy forces as they moved up the highway. This highway is where we had set the trap. Problem is that, realistically, we need them to flag for PvP as this restricts their access to terminals, meaning they couldn't just hop into the station and hide upon being ambushed. This is where the Vanguard Force comes in. Our goal is to get the enemy flagged for PvP and give the sign for the main force to jump as soon as they do. Fights in this game tend to last mere minutes, and this is why we had to work fast. What was about to happen though, none of us expected.
I'm running away with
an anomaly.
They came all through. Yeah.
PHM had found a teleport anomaly, a little ball of light that teleports you to a connected teleport anomaly. In this case, it was right behind us. Panic ensued as we tried to get our forces to safety, making sure we did not flag up for PvP so we could dock if things got dire. PHM did not have the same mindset though, and they flagged! Moments later we gave the call. Legacy forces stormed down the highway at full speed, ready to pincer. Once they arrived at the same anomaly PHM had taken, it was just moments before Beast made the call, and the pincer ensued.
Kill squad jump, kill squad jump, kill squad jump. There we go, XC25 Mesmer first, get moving. Give me a RC when you can, Abe. We're right behind these fuckers. So XC25 is going to be a first.
Targus behind you. Forever watching, get his ass.
I see him. Get Caden into the fight. Get Caden into the fight. Gregor can kill him.
But XE25 is your primate. XE25 is your primate. They're moving on. Cheretic. But XE25 is your primate. XE25 is your primate.
But wait, why am I just standing here, staring into the abyss? It seems like a pretty big moment, shouldn't I be doing something? Well, let me explain something real quick. This MMO allows for the use of up to 5 accounts at once. We call it multi-boxing. What can't be seen here is that I'm only moving around on my alternate accounts, called Levidia and Caden. These 2 accounts are my dedicated E-War and N-War accounts. E-War and N-War being made to disrupt the enemy. I thus didn't move my main account as much, as I wanted to disrupt the enemy as much as possible as we didn't have a lot of E and N war already going on. It was very effective though. One guy got jammed so much he basically stood still the entire fight and just never got to lock on to anybody to actually do anything.
Nice.
PHM's forces were in such shock that we had taken the same teleport they did and pincered them so hard that they tried to make a final stand on the hill, even making an attempt to push our vanguard forces, though it was already too late. With the last gauss shot dinking off my Seth's armor like it were a paper airplane, it wasn't long before the dust settled. Smoke rose over the battlefield, and we came out victorious.
Cover.
I see DJ not nice and moving in on him to tackle.
Yeah, I've got a... I'm ECMing DJ, but DJ is quite tough.
DJ's tackled.
He's almost down.
Done.
Okay. Switch backloaders. Switch orbs. Okay, switch orbs. Try to keeping her best you can. Switch orbs. Shit. Switch orbs. Orbs gonna be DPS prime for Grofos. Orbs is DPS prime for Grofos. Orbs gonna be DPS prime for Grofos.
Alright, we're trying to get some of our forces in the fight.
Yeah, I'm creeping up the hill right now. I killed Forever Watching, so he wasn't fucking with anybody.
Sweet. I'm providing ECM support.
DJ is being permanently ECM'd right now.
And demob, so they have an Ictus that's out of the fight.
Alright, switch on the Rinkwiz. Rinkwiz is demobilized. Grofos, switch on the Rinkwiz. Rinkwiz is demobilized.
Switching ECM target to Rennick.
I'm keeping the jam on DJ.
Rinkwiz is going down.
Keep it going.
Can we get him? He's very cover. Okay, it's fine. We're on the pushing. Up the hill. Load combat's up the hill. Kirk Longleaf primary. Kirk Longleaf's gonna be primary. Kirk Longleaf Vagabond's gonna be primary. Actually, cancel it. Ronnie Alpha's gonna be a primary. I'm gonna have demobilizer. Ronnie Alpha, Ictus primary. He's demobilized. Okay, Ronnie's down. Good job. Secondary's gonna be Brandy. Brandy now.
XG25 on the Vaga.
25 shit. Inside. Switch on the XE. He's right on top. Switch on the XE.
Get Dregs.
Switch on the XE. Contact XT.
Yeah. Fuck you. Prick legs. Fucking D-locking me.
I have Rennick on me. Strict.
Jailish, get reps on space.
Rennick was as low as fuck already. He ain't doing shit.
XE's going down. Vodka Martini secondary.
Super Andy.
Targ is still for Rennick Wiz, he's low.
Yeah, I just demobbed him.
Good shit, he's being ECM'd as well.
Go on Vodka Martini now. Secondary's Duma.
Good kill.
Good guys, good job.
Yeah.
DJ not nice. Get it on.
DPS on orbs. Switch DPS on orbs.
I got DJ not nice. DJ not nice. Lock and ECM.
Yeah, kill DJ next.
Okay. DJ tackled.
Just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Baglader's secondary.
Brandy's angry.
Okay, Baglader's next.
Their Vaga's being bullied away. Their Vaga's making it out.
I can't do anything about him. He's got the.
No, that's fine. Let him go.
Push for vodka.
Kill that fucking Daedalus.
Lab Geek is trying to run. Guys, Lab Geek is running.
Yep. If I can get close enough, I can demob him.
Lab Geek's tackled.
Fuck is fucked.
Oh, Lab Geek now. Beautiful.
Good shit, guys.
Beautiful.
Should I bring the sap stuff out?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Get the sap done. We've won.
Good shit,
All right,
guys.
I'm gonna come this way. Just just let you know.
Oh, and seeing as you made it this far, here's a little bonus clip. We did it again! This time with a much smaller force though, using the teleporters to jump behind them, chasing them down the highway with their backs turned to us and frantically trying to get away. In the end, the resistance was futile as we destroyed most of their vanguard force. After this, we did not clash again. At least, not with Pale, our corps' involvement. There was one instant where Rust, Legacy, and RAR fought PHM and took significant casualties. I, though, wasn't there for it, so there was no Pale involvement apart from some assistance with the extraction when things went awry. After more build-up from our side, determination from all the participants, and of course, special thanks to Legacy for enduring this war with us and doing all the war planning for this, our goal was achieved. PHM backed down, and the station eventually went back into Rust control. And thus ends the War of New Crimea. The War of the Calamity. Thanks for watching. After credit scene, it seems the war was caused by RAR initially. These guys, they attacked these guys, B-Boys, and that's what started this whole crap. B-Boys wanted revenge for being attacked and hired PHM to attack New Crimea. So technically we fought for the bad guys? I guess we fought not only for our own interest, but also for that of Legacy of Rust, who were the innocent parties in this predicament. Rust being caught in the crossfire. So it's not all bad, seeing as our goals were achieved at least. Anyways, that's it for real. See you on the next one. And stay tuned, because, just like last time, big plans ahead. See you all next time.